It was the night before Christmas, and all the Twizzlers were working hard to perfect their moves for the Christmas show. Cherry working on her layback spin, Axel and Ina practising an overhead lift, Hickory and Willow dancing the Starlight Waltz, and Deke dodging in and around everyone. There was a happy atmosphere of hard work and festive cheer amongst the Twizzlers as they skated to the Christmas tunes tweeted by the forest birds. The forest looked especially beautiful this Christmas Eve. It had been decorated with a dusting of snow that just tinted the tips of the fir trees. Dusk had gently descended on Frozen Pond, and it was time for the Twizzlers to finish their practice. After all, if they didn't get to bed on time, Santa would not be visiting. "Don't forget Santa's mince pie," said Deke. "And his sherry," added Cherry. "What about the reindeers? We can't leave them out," chimed Axel and Ina in perfect unison. "We know, we have it all under control," laughed Willow as she placed the sherry and mince pie on an old tree stump. "Are you sure about that?" teased Cherry, whilst Hickory struggled to haul a huge bag of carrots. Deke dashed over to help just in time before Hickory dropped the whole lot. "Do you think Santa will come this year?" asked Ina. "He might not be able to land on all this ice." "Don't be silly, of course he will," said Cherry. "Santa never leaves anyone out who's been good." "Well, that counts you out," Ina chided. "You're always getting in our way during practice." "No, you two are always getting in my way and—" "Shh! Stop squabbling, you two, and listen." "I think I can hear sleigh bells," Willow said excitedly. All the Twizzlers huddled together as quietly as they could in the hope of hearing Santa on his way. "I can't hear anything." "Me neither." "No, there it is again." There was indeed a faint sound of sleigh bells in the far away distance. "We'd best hurry away," said Deke. "Santa won't be happy if he finds us out of bed." But before they could move, the sound of sleigh bells grew louder and louder and frantically faster before a voice went, "Whoa!" and something went snap. The Twizzlers looked up to the night sky and were astonished at what they saw. 12 reindeer flying free from their reins, a magnificent sleigh loaded high with parcels, and sat on top a very worried Santa hurtling towards Frozen Pond. The sleigh towered high above Frozen Pond, casting a tremendous shadow as it loomed closer. The Twizzlers could see the reindeers plummeting towards them, out of control, a mass of antlers and legs, and with fear in their eyes. Santa desperately trying to hold on to as many presents as he could. The sleigh bells jingled furiously and grew louder still as the sleigh lurched closer and closer and— "Quick, get out of the way," cried Cherry, and all the Twizzlers scurried to the far edge of the pond and crouched down, eyes tightly shut and ears covered. Clank, clap, clink! The reindeers clattered their landing onto Frozen Pond. Bam, bang, clang! The sleigh landed catastrophically upon the ice. Bump, thud, thump! Santa bounced onto the ice and back into the sleigh. Axel and Hickory peeped between their paws nervously, afraid of what they might see. Axel saw the reindeer skidding about, desperately trying to get onto their feet. Hickory looked up into the night sky and saw that it was filled with parcels, all different shapes and sizes, multicoloured, some with sparkly bows, others with shiny ribbon. The parcels soared high into the sky and seemed to come to a pause before raining down upon Frozen Pond. There was a silence. The reindeers had stopped scrambling around, exhausted from trying to get up. and from the mountains of presents, out popped Santa. He looked around and shook his head. "I told the elves to check those reins," he sighed. "Just wait till I get back, if I get back." Santa hauled himself out of the pile of presents and clambered out onto the ice. Swoosh! Bump! He skidded and fell on his bottom. The reindeers giggled. "I think they need our help," said Ina. "But Santa will know that we've stayed up too late," said Deke. "I don't think Santa will mind about that right now," added Hickory. With a little trepidation, the Twizzlers glided over to the chaotic scene. "Hello, may I introduce myself? I'm Willow, and these are my friends, the Twizzlers. We come to skate here every day. Can we help you?" She held out her paw to Santa. "I do hope so," Santa chuckled and shook her paw. The Twizzlers helped Santa and all his reindeer onto their feet. "First of all, we need to get these reins repaired," said Hickory. With that, the forest birds flew out of their nests and swooped down to take the reins away. "The forest mice will check your sleigh and fix any damage," said Cherry. "They do have their uses," she joked. "How will we get off the ice?" Rudolph asked. "That's easy," chirped Deke. "We can help with that." "Right," said Willow. "Stand up tall, bend your knees, turn out your right feet and push." The reindeer did just that and wobbled uncertainly across the ice. "That's great! You did it! But we need to build your confidence." It was all well and good being able to skate, but that alone would not get the sleigh back into the sky. As the rest of the Twizzlers helped the reindeer to skate, Deke raced around the ice as fast as he could. Just before reaching the edge of the pond, swoosh! He did the greatest hockey stop ever, creating a tidal wave of ice that settled in a heap. Swish! He did another. Swash! And another, until he had created a small hill of snow. He then got his hockey stick and pressed down the snow to make a little ramp. Deke continued to make more snow and press it into the ramp until it was big enough for the sleigh. "Phew!" he sighed. "That was exhausting." Meanwhile, the reindeer had much improved their basic skating. "Now you must learn to jump," said Cherry. "We can teach you a stag jump. It's our speciality," said Axel. By now, the forest birds had repaired the reins and the forest mice had patched up the sleigh. "Well, I think we are just ready to go," declared Santa. "It was bad luck that our reins snapped, but such good luck that we landed here on this magical frozen pond. Without you Twizzlers and your forest friends, there would have been no presents for any children on Christmas morning." The reindeer were now preparing for their skate-off. They had only one chance at this, and it had to be perfect. "OK," said Cherry, in a very serious voice. "Concentrate. After 3, start with your right feet and continue pushing. Ready? 1, 2, 3. The reindeer pushed hard, right, left, right, keeping in time with each other by the rhythm of the sleigh bells. "Now crossovers," commanded Cherry. "Use them to build up your speed." 12 reindeer meant 24 pairs of legs, which meant they could easily become entangled. The Twizzlers held their breath as the reindeer performed wonky but adequate crossovers and approached the ramp for takeoff. "Bend your knees, take a leap and fly," hollered Axel and Ina. With a swoosh, the reindeer speeded up the ramp and took a leap. "Fantastic!" exclaimed the Twizzlers in joy and wonderment at the sight of Santa's reindeer performing a superbly elegant set of stag jumps. With a whoosh, Santa, his sleigh and the reindeer soared high into the sky and over the moon on their way to deliver presents in time for Christmas Day. Frozen Pond was once again quiet and still. The ramp dissolved away and the ice became glossy and smooth. No one would ever believe what had just happened. "Well," said Deke, "that was a very eventful night. I'm so tired." "Yes," agreed Hickory. "I think we all need to get some sleep. We have a show to put on tomorrow." The Twizzlers skated wearily to bed, but as they reached the edge of Frozen Pond, something was waiting for them. "Oh, presents!" squeaked Cherry excitedly. There were 6 little parcels, each with a name tag for each of the Twizzlers. Bowl of berries for the birds and cheese for the mice. "Can we open them?" asked Ina eagerly. "It is past midnight," added Deke. The Twizzlers eagerly opened their gifts: gloves for Axel and Ina, a bow tie and ribbon for Hickory and Willow, a puck for Deke, and a cushion for Cherry, because she was always falling on her bottom. "That's just what I needed." They all cheered together, happily in the knowledge that all the good little girls and boys would be opening their presents because of them.